across the country, these large corporations are speaking out against anti-voting and anti-free speech bills.
And we have seen organizations like the Greater Phoenix Leadership and Fuerte and other coalitions actually call out these corporations such as Farmers, Allstate, Enterprise, all businesses that we see on the TV every single day and we recognize.
Yeah, and those corporations were huge funders of these politicians.
Exactly. So it's really disappointing to see that businesses that we recognize and see and are familiar with are funneling money into things that are creating more barriers for our communities and our families.
Right. And we've seen in like Georgia, all these corporations stepped up after the governor signed the bill. In Arizona, they have a chance to do it before. These corporations need to shoot their shot before the game is over.
Exactly.
Hey, what's up, guys? Great to be back right here. And we're back in studio. It's been, a year and a half since we've been here, since we've actually been in front of each other?
About a year.
A year?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. The last 3 years of this pandemic have really messed with my brain, so it just keeps going on and on. But yes, this is exactly what you're talking about. With big corporations can use their money and use their power in order to move these kind of things. And it's not just corporations. We just saw what Major League Baseball did with the All-Star game. And before anybody gets all riled up, it was not the players themselves. Let's make that clear. The players did not take a vote into what they wanted to do. It was Major League Baseball and its commissioner that ended up deciding to do this based on what Georgia did, signing these anti-voting bills, pretty much what they really are, let's call it what it is, into law. Like this isn't something that just got put across the desk. This isn't an idea it's literally law right now in Georgia. It's just blowing my mind that's what it is. So they did act accordingly, moving the All-Star game and all the millions of dollars of revenue that it brings every city to wherever it goes. And now the people of Colorado get to benefit from that. They are the ones that are going to be able to host the All-Star game this year.
Damn.
That's
so
insane.
Arizona has a history of losing NFL.
Losing these big games, exactly.
Right.
And I'm sure you were about to say about the Super Bowl. 1993. That Super Bowl was supposed to be played back before the Arizona Cardinals had their own stadium out in Glendale. It was at the ASU's Sun Devil Stadium.
Yeah.
So Tempe Diablo Stadium. No, which one is it? Diablo Stadium or Sun Devil Stadium?
I think it's
It was a Sun Devil Stadium, man.
Devil.
My mind can't work right from 1993. That was pre-pandemic. Those are before my times. I can't be doing that stuff anymore. But yeah, it was supposed to be held there. But oddly enough, another very racially driven law is what took it away from us. Is that Arizona governor at the time did not want to recognize MLK Day as a state holiday, which is absolutely crazy to me. Like,
right.
It's something that should have been a given, but and the NFL made it clear, we do not want to do this. And even at the time, it was mostly African Americans in the league. It was mainly those are the ones that were being represented, and they made it clear if they don't want to recognize MLK Day as a holiday, we'll just play the game somewhere else. And they stuck to their word, and sure enough, California was the one that benefited from that. The game ended up moving over to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, so they ended up hosting that Super Bowl. Sadly, the Cowboys won, so I'm not going to get into that's a whole other issue.
But it's only right for states that don't want to recognize democracy, don't want to recognize important issues of the country and our people. States like that should not get to host these big sporting events, these huge events,
Exactly. And Dom, a question for you. Like, I know you're not too huge into sports, but for those people that live their sports, live and breathe, and they're diehard sports fans that just insist that politics stay completely out of sports to keep the world separate, what do you say to people like that?
Oh, man. People like that, I think, want to forget that and they want to purposely forget that artists, athletes, other people are still people. They're still voters. They still have families, and they still should have the same say as any other citizen. But those folks have a huge platform that they can speak from. So I think it's important for them to speak up when things like this are happening.
Exactly. And the NFL has a huge history of putting their 2 cents into politics and what voters get to do or not to do.
Mhm.
But the bottom line is the NFL and any sports league or any sports team has a very big audience and has a very big influence on what they do, who they contribute to, who they funnel money to, what they put on their advertisement. All that is a really big influence on everyday people that watch sports.
Exactly, and we saw it last year when the NBA resumed its season in the bubble for the end of the season plus the postseason. We saw the players wear the messages instead of their names on the back. We saw Black Lives Matters on the courts. We saw things like that happening all around with with every single team participating in that. You know, the WNBA also they held a couple of demonstrations. We saw, it still gives me chills to think of those players coming out with the shirts with all the gunshots in the back of their shirts, sending such powerful messages with those platforms that you were talking about, Dom. So no, to those people that say that keep them apart, you cannot keep them apart.
Nope.
The sports are played in a country where the politics matter to everything. So until that happens, where sports people, stars, celebrities, rappers, whatever it is you want to call them, as long as they are not above the law, politics still applies to them and everybody else.
Yeah. You know what? And everybody, everyday people like us, artists, anyone who lives in these states has to defend their own right to vote as well.
Exactly.
So, we want to call on these corporations, which because of Citizens United are defined as people, and that's why they get to have this political free speech,
Exactly.
to step up and call out these bad bills before they get signed. NFL, I think we're scheduled to have a Super Bowl here in Arizona soon. That has to be not on the table if these bills get signed.
Exactly.
But you need to speak before they get signed.
Exactly. And listen to your players. Like, your players have a very big say in what you represent. I mean, they're representing you, you're representing them. And we've seen them take a stance on what they believe in. And so you should listen to them. You know? Talk to them. Talk to your players.